Hey everyone, this is Michael with the Black Mirror reading for Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Now, before I lose some of you by skipping ahead or being like, what the heck is this Black Mirror reading about? Please allow me to explain because this is not your traditional reading that you find on YouTube. The Black Mirror reading is actually designed to help us illuminate and understand aspects, patterns, and behaviors that are occurring in our subconscious or our shadow selves, really for the sake of maneuvering through and with our blockages so that we can live the best life possible. These readings aren't specifically about relationships, romance, career, or finances. Instead, it's actually about our psycho-spiritual growth and development. And in this way, it can really apply to at least one or more areas of our life simultaneously. We're basically taking a look at the way our belief systems, our biases, and projections are preventing us from really seeing the world around us, from really living our life to the fullest. So it's very much a reflective read. Now, I do have general readings on my channel as well for those of you who are more interested in a traditional reading. The ones for March will be coming out later this week. They'll start trickling out, so keep your eyes open for that. This is much more of a spiritual, self-growth type of reading. So again, not your traditional type of reading that we get on YouTube. I've actually loved doing these. I just started this series. It's my first batch of these videos, and I've loved doing them, and a lot of people in the comments have said the same. So I'm really excited to see what comes up for you, Cancer. Before we actually go into the video, I do just want to thank all of you who have supported this channel with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. It's because of all of you I'm able to continue doing this work and sharing these messages, so thank you so much. I do have my links in the description box down below for personal readings, Reiki sessions, my social media, and donations for those of you who feel so called. I am going to start shuffling here now, and as I do that, I just want to remind all of you, again, this is a general reading, meaning not all the messages that come forward are going to be meant for everyone. You just have to trust your own intuition and discernment to figure out if these messages are for you or meant to be for someone else. And if they are for someone else, you're more than welcome to look at the general readings or the other Black Mirror readings I have on my channel. And if you don't know your moon, rising, or Venus signs, which can be helpful for these videos, I have a natal chart in the description box down below. I'm sorry, natal chart calculator in the description box down below that should be able to help you figure those out, especially if you have no idea what I'm talking about. Could be illuminating. But if you don't know your time of birth or your other signs, just trust this message to reach you in whatever way it does. Don't think about it too hard. Let's see. And because this is a subconscious message, because we are looking at our own shadow, the video might not actually resonate right away, so it never hurts to come back on this video a couple of weeks or even a month after the fact and see where this may be applying to you. Maybe you'll catch something you didn't before. Sometimes we kind of need to plant the seed before something grows. So let's see what comes up for Cancer. What are the messages for Cancer? Show me clearly. And, you know, I do also feel like for these readings, moon sign is actually pretty significant because we are looking at kind of the subconscious, the emotions. What are the messages for Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Show me clearly. So we have the Four of Wands that came out first here. And this is actually a really good card because I do feel like a lot of you are stepping up. Going to a new cycle. There's something new here, or that's what's on your conscious mind. You're trying to figure out how to get there. How do I get to this next level with my life, with my partner, however this is applying. Right away, I feel like some of you are also struggling with self-worth because we're looking at the subconscious. And a lot of the time, we're trying to achieve something so we can feel a certain way about ourselves. And if that makes any sense for you, if you feel like you're trying to get that perfect relationship or get the right job because you want other people to approve of you or you want to be able to approve of yourself, that feeling actually has to come before. So finding approval for where you currently are, I feel like that's going to be an important thing, and acknowledging where you currently are. Not trying to project this image of having attained something or achieved something. You're going to have to be really honest with yourself. Let's see. The cards are being a little quiet for you right now, Cancer. Here we go. All right, so we started off with this Four of Wands. What's being reflected back at you from this black mirror, we actually have the Hermit. Cancer, I'm feeling like for the group I am reading this for, you're feeling very alone. And you're isolating yourself because you're putting on this show, you're putting on this image, projecting something that isn't actually how you're feeling. And it's keeping you very isolated. And some of you may be surrounding yourself with people who aren't good for you. Maybe superficial connections. While others of you are actually isolating yourself. Either way, you're keeping yourself alone here as this Hermit energy. This isn't bad. This Hermit energy isn't a bad card per se. Sometimes you do need to take space. You do need to walk away from something to really figure out what it is that you want. And it's funny, I'm noticing at the bottom of the deck, we do have this Three of Wands. And we started off with this Four of Wands. And I was saying there was this growth, there was this stepping up, there was something that's changing. You have this vantage point right now where you're seeing things clearly for yourself. Or you have the opportunity to. But you're keeping it to yourself. And in doing that, you're actually keeping yourself isolated. I'm picking up a lot of shame. And it's almost like, well, if people saw the real me, if people knew the real me, they wouldn't be my friend, they wouldn't help me, they wouldn't be my partner. There's a lot of hiding. And some of you are actually manifesting this in such a degree where you are literally alone. You are literally isolating yourself. So just keep that in mind. As for what's not showing up, this Eight of Pentacles here in the reverse. Some of you are working on something or putting an effort for the sake of other people. It's very half-hearted. You may not even be doing it, I'm wondering, but you're kind of putting on this show. And it's not to say that you couldn't achieve success with whatever it is you're doing or whatever it is that you want to do, but your heart isn't in it right now. And that could be because you're alone. But I actually think you're alone because you're putting on this facade. It's almost like the Wizard of Oz sort of finality when they go up to the wizard and he's actually behind the screen. He's much smaller. That's almost the energy I'm getting with you, Cancer, which is interesting. And it's not coming from this place of you being like an egomaniac or anything like that. It's coming more from a place of insecurity. And I do see, as the crack in the mirror, the way to kind of break this cycle, to set yourself free from this pattern or condition. We have the Temperance and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Something needs to be brought into balance for sure with this Temperance card. Something needs to be healed, and I feel like something needs to be said. Cancer, I get the sense in your life you may feel a little abandoned or alone, like no one really has your back. And I want to warn those of you who feel that way, because I actually think you're turning your back away from other people, maybe even people who really need you. Kind of switching the roles here. I really see that it's important to reach out. There are people who are supporting you, but you might not be seeing it. Because you're so in this hermit energy. Some of you don't even realize how much you're isolating yourself. You're making it about what other people are doing, but it's actually you hiding your true colors. It's actually you dimming your light for other people. And in this way, your loneliness is kind of your choice. I want to pull one more card. I feel like there's one more element here. And you know, you may be the type of person who goes into relationships projecting kind of a false image, and you feel very alone from doing that. You could also be the type of person who, you know, starts off really strong at a job and really sells yourself quite well, but it's not actually what you want to do, and you grow to resent it. It's like you convince people too well. The Chariot is coming up. This is your card, Cancer. Again, this balance. There is something that really needs to be brought back into balance for you. We have this white and black Sphinx, the dark and the light. I feel like a lot of you operate from one or the other, what you should be doing and kind of your own resistance, your own shadow. And justice, finding balance. This was actually in the reverse, this Justice card. For those of you who are trying to rush into something right now, be very careful. I think you really need to make sure that something feels energetically aligned for you. And this feels a little separate from the message we've been talking about. So it's not going to be for everyone. It's not going to be for the majority even, perhaps. But don't be so quick to find a solution, because I don't think the solution is going to come as quickly as you think. That doesn't mean don't work towards a solution. It doesn't mean don't make the steps you think you should be making. It means it's not going to happen as smoothly as you want it to or expect it to. And I have to wonder, Cancer, if that's because something was a little misrepresented by yourself. And you're kind of coming up against yourself in that way. Your own resistance, your own, well, maybe I don't really want this. Maybe I don't really want to do this. But I really do feel like something needs to come down. A mask needs to come off. I keep seeing that image. And that's how you find the balance. That's how you find the in-between. I don't even know if you can do this by yourself, Cancer. I think you actually need the input of somebody else. There's just something I don't know if you're seeing it. You may need to be talking to somebody else. Maybe this hermit also represents a figure that you're reaching out to. Someone who's a little removed from the situation, who can give you a more objective point of view, who can shine their light. Very interesting. And you don't have to be alone. I keep getting that. That's very important for this group. Even if it's a stranger, even if it's someone you don't know very well. And don't just talk to them, ask them, listen to them. What is their insight? Because there's something you may not be seeing or hearing, you won't even know to ask. Pay attention. Those are all the messages I am getting for you right now, Cancer. I do hope that this was helpful. Again, feel free to watch this video a couple weeks or even a month from now. I feel like it'll make a lot more sense for those of you who are watching it now and are a little bit confused. I'd love to hear in the comments what you think this is, what's going on. Again, likes and subscribes are always greatly, greatly appreciated. And I have all of my links in the description box down below. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, Cancer.